Hey, I'm Joel with Power Stance Import Export, and thanks for checking this video out. It is for an eBay listing, but if you happen to stumble across it through a random YouTube search or suggestion and have any questions about these vehicles, don't hesitate to give us a call at the number listed above. Speak to me directly, or you can find us online, Facebook, Instagram, or this YouTube channel, or even the eBay store at Power Stance Import Export. We scan the globe for Land Rover Defenders, even places like Germany. So if you've ever wanted a Land Rover Defender, check us out, and thanks for watching the video. Hey folks, saying up for sale today, I've got a beautiful 1995 Land Rover Defender 90 pickup. Now this is a UK import. It is right-hand drive. It's now located here in Michigan and comes with a clean, clear Michigan title. So let me walk you around the vehicle. I'll show you the inside, outside, underside, and we'll take it for a test ride as well. All right, starting off up front here, like we normally do. Very basic, stock, very good shape front end. Looks like a new set of light surrounds and a fairly new grille as well. It's not faded or anything like that. Plastic's nice and shiny. Bumper looks fantastic as well. And looking in here, the radiator, intercooler all look to be in good shape. Now this is the 300 TDI 4-cylinder turbo diesel. And for those of you that don't know, probably about 110, 115 horsepower. Top speed, maybe 75, 80 if you're really pushing it downhill. But they like to cruise at about 65 or so. So some of the notoriously leaky areas are on the turbo side here from the intake gasket. And this one looks to be in pretty decent shape. No leaks coming out of there. Radiator hoses look good. Everything looks fresh under the bonnet here. Looks like a lot of parts have been replaced. I see a new tensioner pulley there. That's new. Water pump looks good. Belt looks good. I see a newer timing belt gasket on there as well, so timing belt's been replaced. Cylinder head looks fantastic as well. That has probably been replaced as well. New breather hose here. Lift pump looks new. Injection pump looks stock, but all in good shape. Air filter nice and clean. Everything looks really clean under the bonnet here, and footwells look to be in great shape. Soundproof material under the bonnet also in great shape, so looking real tidy under the bonnet here. And there's the VIN tag right there if you want to pause that and look at it. But yeah, bulkhead, footwells look to be in great shape. Now moving around here to the side, tiny little bit of an indentation here for people who usually stand on the wings there, but all in all, pretty decent shape. No dents or anything like that. Flat black wheel arches. Those are all stock standard. We got a nice set of INSA Dakar mud terrains on 16-inch steel wheels. I see a new seal here on the drive flange, so that's decent. And while we're here, take a look at the bottom of the footwells. Great shape. There's your front outriggers, all good. Shocks and springs, front dumb irons. So, pretty tidy so far. Bulkhead corners, great shape. Windscreen seal, great. No chips or cracks in the windscreen. Bonnet is in beautiful shape as well. No dents or scratches on that. Doors also beautiful shape. No corrosion on the outer door skins. And door frames, pretty decent shape. Tiny little bit of rust there, but very good. I don't see any welds here, so these doors are either in fantastic original shape or they have been replaced once, but all in all, pretty decent. Capping's great. Rear quarter, absolutely great. Corners, a little bit of a dent here in the corner, but nothing a paint job can't cover up. Checker plate here on the rear for durability. I don't think it's covering up anything. There's no like corrosion on the back of that. But again, beautiful set of mud terrains. And we do have this I4 Williams topper on the back as well. Easily removable if that's not something that you're into, but these are great for keeping stuff dry. Bales of hay, dogs back there and stuff like that. And I just want to open up the back here for you so you can see what's going on. No benches or anything. It's just your pretty standard 90 pickup bed with a nice coat of Rhino liner on here. And there's a spot for a spare tire. It doesn't have a spare tire at the moment, but one can be added right there. And rear tailgate, tiny little dent there, but other than that, great shape. Rear cross member, great shape. And we'll take a look at the inside of the rear cross member. Okay, there's a nice liberal coating of rust proofing on there, and it has had a new rear cross member, so you can see where they welded and cut it right there. So that's good news. Moving along here to the passenger side, we've got standard lights and signals. Nothing fancy. Same deal on the passenger side, flat black wheel arches, beautiful set of tires. Rear cross member, good shape. Rest of the chassis looks good, and we'll get underneath later. And passenger side, door cards, beautiful shape as well. This is a pretty clean truck. Pretty. All right, seats, great shape. These have been recovered. Floor mats, we got some Defender style floor mats. Looks like the footwells have been painted black. And center cubby box, 5-speed R380 gearbox, high and low range LT230 transfer case dashboard. Looks good. And again, passenger side door, same story. No corrosion on the bottom. Just a beautiful paint job. And this is Monza red, I believe. And it has been repainted. And it is in beautiful shape. All right, so let's go ahead and fire it up. So we do have 153,000 miles on the clock. Fuel gauge is working, temperature gauge working. Glow plug light comes on and off. And it is running fantastic. Very smooth engine. Nice clean looking oil. Blow by or back pressure. And no smoke out of the tailpipe. All right, let's start off here in the rear. And as you can see, we've got a pretty decent coating of wax oil on here. And you can tell it's been coated a few times. So there's a little bit of surface rust that got covered up there. But pretty decent shape. Again, the rear cross member's been replaced. And chassis is all in good shape. No holes, no welds needed or any repairs needed. Rear brakes are in good shape. The dust covers are in place. There's just a little bit of overspray on the calipers there, but they are working properly. Shocks and springs good as well. A-frame ball joint is good. And same deal on the passenger side, or driver's side. And there's another look at the bottom of the chassis. Where they get normally rusty right there, these are in pretty decent shape. Sorry for the sun glare. Okay, here we are on the driver's side. So there's the date stamp there on the chassis. You can see that nice and clear, which is nice. So I'll let you know that this chassis isn't all flaky and just covered up. It's actually in pretty good shape. Front outriggers. There's the fuel tank. Looking good. And then there's a look at the rear axle. I don't see any leaking out of the pinion seal, which is nice. Rear transfer case, that looks pretty clean. And then there's your bell housing, gearbox, bottom of the motor, and that looks clean as well. Okay, passenger side as well, chassis looks great. Outriggers look good. Battery box, fantastic. Bushing's in great shape. And again, there's the front axle, bottom of the motor, and your front outriggers. Okay, and up front here, swivel seals look pretty good. I see a tiny bit of moisture on the bottom of the seals. Nothing to worry about though, those are pretty standard. Shocks and springs up front look decent. Front axle, no leaking out of the fill plug. There's the bottom of the motor too. I see a new fresh gasket on the oil pan. So that's been done. And passenger side swivel's in great shape as well. Nothing leaking out of there. So pretty tidy under here. Pretty decent shape. Okay, so it is a beautiful sunny day here in Michigan. Unseasonably warm for February, but I will take it. Great day for doing videos, taking pictures. So let's take her for a spin. I'll show you the gear changes, braking, steering, and all that good stuff. So there's second gear, third gear. No clunking at all in the gear changes. Gear changes are nice and solid. And that's fourth gear, that's 50 miles an hour, and there's fifth gear. So these are mud terrain tires, so there is a little bit of noise coming from the tires, and I can hear the exhaust from the engine, which is normal, but no wind noise coming from the door seals or anything like that. It's a pretty solid ride. Going down the road nice and straight, alignment is great. And we will come to a stop here. Brakes are nice and smooth. Alright, so hands off, no pulling right or left, no squeaking, no vibration in the steering wheel, anything like that. So far so good. Heat is coming out nice and strong. That is a good amount of air, which is pretty untypical for a Defender. And we just started it up, so the heat isn't quite hot yet, but it's getting there. And you're probably wondering why I'm not on a dirt road, because they are horrible right now. So many potholes, so muddy, and this guy's not going for some reason. Just gonna wait for the green. Anyways, so we're on the paved roads. If I were to do filming on gravel right now, it would just be a nightmare. So anyways, smooth roads it is. But still, you can tell, very solid. Steering is nice and tight. Wheels are balanced well. I don't feel any vibrations coming out of the wheels. And acceleration is great. So we'll get hard on the brakes here. Yeah, brakes are nice and smooth. And we'll do a full lock U-turn right here. Great turning radius. And let's go through the gears one more time. Alright, first gear, second gear, third gear, that's 45, that's 50 miles an hour, fourth gear, 55, and fifth gear. So yeah, this little pickup runs great, looks great, nice and clean. It's a great little truck.